That looks like a volunteer Everglades tomato plant. Wonderful. Hi, I'm Jason, Botanical Buzzard. Little update here in the garden. We've got some potatoes growing still as the heat sets in. We've harvested some of these little early potatoes. They're small. This is one of my cucumbers with the bees flying around and the insects doing their job. I came out earlier and was thinking about pollinating some of these by hand. However, the bees were everywhere. A few more potatoes over here that the dog has been torturing. That's what the sticks are for, trying to keep the little girl from digging in there so much. But what I wanted to show you were my squash plants over here, the buttercup variety, and we have a Seminole pumpkin growing next to it. So this is our beautiful squash, and he's still young actually. He's pretty big. So you plant one of these and it will very quickly turn into one of those. As you can see, the bees are out here doing their job. We love them. I love them. I see them flying in and out of the flowers everywhere, and I'm grateful that they're helping me. Got butterflies. I've been out here trying to tame these guys and turn them back in on themselves. Keep them somewhat contained. This is the Seminole pumpkin. We do have some fruit on the vine. Here's a good looking one. I don't really know if it got pollinated or not. We'll see if it keeps growing. But these things definitely get large fast. I came out and was going to pollinate today, and I see the bees are doing it for me, so I just decided not to stick my grubby hands in there. A little corn sprouted up that I grew last year, so we're going to just let it grow for the heck of it. After I'm done harvesting these squash, I imagine these sweet potatoes are going to start filling up this bed. I've got another one right over there. And we'll let this eventually turn into a sweet potato patch, as the squash are so much quicker and easier to grow. We did have a cold here in Tampa, Florida. The fig survived. He is coming back. I've already been doing some chopping and dropping this morning. So we have some more cucumber bits. I don't know, they could be cucumbers. These could be market melons. I forget what I planted over here. I'm that kind of guy. I'm ecstatic about, let's duck in here and show you. This guy is Dioscorea alata, the white greater yam. And this is the second year he decided to wake up, and he has sprung up a nice thick sprout. That vine is just gonna take over this fence and be a wonderful producer this year. Turmeric and ginger, not sure which is which. The onions keep coming back. I harvest them, and scallions, just green onions. Harvest them and they grow back. I planted some corn in here. However, the marigold and the Everglades tomato decided to make an appearance and just take over everything. This is a compost pile that I was working on, and was thinking I was going to plant something in it, but now I see how fast the squash and pumpkins are growing, so I'm going to let them move over in here and just feed off of this one too. That's how I do my garden beds. As you can see, there's a square here, a square there, and one next to it, and these all started out as just a compost pile. I composted there for a number of months, and once I had a nice thick patch of stuff, instead of turning it and moving it, I just planted right in it. It's a good thing to do here in Florida with all this sand. It's difficult to keep biological material. It gets eaten up pretty fast. So I just create thick forest permaculture type beds And over time, they build up a nice thatchy layer. What else do we got? From Good Gardens, David the Good over at Good Gardens has wonderful seeds. He's a fantastic gardener that's been doing it a long time and taught me a lot. These are Ezekiel's Landrace watermelons. I thought they would do good here because I had some melons do good here once before. And what they'll do is the same thing they always do. They crawl down the side here, and after my potatoes are all harvested up, they'll crawl down the wall there, and I'll let them move into here and start feeding off of this. This is a really good area because my septic tank is underneath here, and it's just always done real well growing stuff. And it's funny how everything I plant here seems to want to grow over to that direction, so it works out well. I just let it do what it do. This is some kale. Yummy. Yes, I'm eating that. I forget what these are, but these greens are really good too. I forget everything. I never mark anything. I always say I'm going to remember, and I never do. But I remember these are potatoes, and this potato patch looks great because the dog doesn't chase the ball and run through there. Sweet little girl that she is. Those greens are phenomenal. It's like a little pest pressure. I killed a bunch of grasshoppers this morning. They're coming out. I don't use pesticides. I don't believe in ingesting chemicals into my body. So we got some kind of squash growing through here. I actually planted some squash in there as a Three Sisters, but I forgot how big they get. I get overzealous every year. It's crazy. This is a yam that I got from Good Gardens. I call it the alien yam. They make the craziest looking bulbils. I was eager to get it just because they look so cool, and I do enjoy the yams. They're fun to grow. Awesome survival crop. Seem impossible to kill. They don't require a lot of work. Beautiful vines, actually. As we move to the front, I have garlic that I probably planted at the wrong time because I don't think it likes the heat. This bed, I was expecting the garlic to take off in, but it isn't. So what this is actually going to be is a chop and drop, and we got to get in here and do some work on this one. But all these areas are amended. I've been working these areas for a while. There's going to be some yams coming up out of here and wrapping all around this tree real soon. They're starting to wake up. We have some more ginger and turmeric that has decided to just start exploding out here. Got a couple of big yams that are going to start growing out of there. The marigolds just continue to come back and volunteer. They multiply, and my pollinators love them. The butterflies like them. Normally don't have luck with carrots. However, I do have a few carrots that I should have thinned and I didn't, but there's a nice dark one growing. Purple carrot. I'm letting the marigolds have at it for a while. It's the front bed. I have grown jicama and Everglades tomatoes in this bed, and it is amended fairly well. But as the marigolds look so good right here at the beginning of spring, and it's in the front by the road, we're going to let it just be beautiful. All these volunteer marigolds here by the driveway, I'm going to put a little board there and board them off and give them a little border and let them stay alive. Well, the plants are looking good. Spring is in full swing. I hope you've enjoyed the garden tour today. I'm Jason. Be blessed.